Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again. In today's video, I want to talk about the front feet extension from Rep Fitness. Now, obviously, I just got a whole bunch of stuff in from Rep Fitness, this fancy PR 5000 V2 I'm standing in, tons of attachments and add-ons, and you might be asking yourself, why are you making your first video about front feet attachment? That's not very sexy, Brandon. Well, to be honest, I get a ton of DMs about this particular product. In fact, besides maybe the lever arms and the belt squat attachment, I get more questions about the front feet attachment than anything else. And even more interestingly enough, it's from people who actually don't own Rep racks, but actually own Rogue racks, like the one that's right off to my right. And I think a lot of these questions are around, they want to know if they can adapt their feet to that rack. Now, why would you want half rack feet on a rack? Well, number one, it really helps stabilize the unit itself, especially if you're dealing with a smaller footprint 4-post rack, like a 30-inch depth one, or even less, a 24-inch one. It's really tough to get away with that rack in a home gym use without either bolting it down or attaching plate storage. So these half rack feet work as stabilizers, so that's great. Also, if you're planning on lifting outside of the rack, kind of akin to like how you would a half rack, or basically having two different stations, both inside and outside the rack, they're definitely necessary, again, if you're not planning on bolting it down or using plate storage. And I think a lot of people have seen the ones I have on my Rogue Monster 3 and they like them a lot. I had a lot of questions about those in my previous videos, and people always ask, Brandon, where can I get them? I can't seem to find them on the Rogue site. And that is unfortunately because they're not an orderable item. They're a special order item. They are part of the Monster Half Rack series, and the only way to get them usually is to reach out to Rogue directly and to request them. However, given this current time with COVID and with stocking issues and production issues, Rogue's not offering any special orders, so you can't order them at the current time. So a lot of people see the Rep Fitness version alternative, which is meant to fit 3x3 racks with 1-inch attachment hardware, and are wondering if they can adapt it. Plus, with Rep Fitness, you're usually dealing with attachments that are at a better price point than their Rogue variants. Now, I'll leave it up to you if the trade-off is worth it in some circumstances. Obviously, in future videos, we'll talk direct comparisons and reviews of particular products. But in this video, I just want to focus on, can you work on a Rogue rack with these front feet extension? And the simple answer is yes, and that's without any kind of modifications. And I say that because my brief testing up to this point, some of the attachments don't transfer over as easily. But for these, they're really simple, really basic, and they work just fine, which goes against some of the advice I gave earlier based off of measurements that people provided me when asked if they would fit. I told them to measure the Rep rack, and I'd come back and see where the Rogue variant was at, and the numbers weren't really working out so well, but now that I have them in, I can tell you that they work fine. So if you're in the market for some front feet extension for your Rogue rack, or maybe your Rep Fitness rack, these are a great deal at only $99 when in stock. So I'm gonna leave a link to them directly in the description box below if you're interested. They're pretty identical. Again, there's not a lot to say about them because they are such a basic piece of equipment. The main differences between the Rep Fitness version and the Rogue version is, number one, the finish. The powder coat on the Rogue is, in my opinion, a little bit higher quality. It is also a shiny powder coat, where the Rep Fitness is more of a matte finish or a textured finish. The Rogue version is also about 2 to 3 inches longer. Not that that really matters. I think that's going to be fine. They're plenty long anyways. But that extra length is going to get you a couple extra holes on the actual unit. If you want to stick things in there like your band pegs, your safety spotter arms when not in use, or whatever else that you have that attaches to 1-inch hardware, those can be used for that. So if you're in the market for some front feet extension, whether you have a Rogue rack or a Rep Fitness PR 5000, then this could be a good option for you. I will also state that they do have a PR 4000 version, which is akin to the Rogue Monster Lite series version. I haven't tested that, but I have a hunch that those probably work as well. Those are priced at around $80. I'll leave a link to those in the description box below. Make sure you get the PR 5000 version if you have a Monster rack, and the PR 4000 version if you have a Monster Lite version. So there you go. If you have any questions that I wasn't able to answer in this super simple video, which is probably too long as is, leave it in the comment section below. But in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big.